glad you could be here. I'm Tamsin Fidel. So one of the funniest sitcoms to come around in a long time is Be Positive on CBS. It stars Tony winner Annaleigh Ashford, maybe best known to Broadway fans for her breakout role in Kinky Boots alongside Billy Porter. Now she's poised to be one of the next big names in comedy. She talked to Broadway.com's editor-in-chief, Paul Wontorek.
I'm afraid you're in renal failure.
You're saying I need a new kidney?
I haven't seen you since high school! What if I give you my kidney?
What? You can't just make a rash decision like this.
Can I?
Who's Gunner?
Exactly!
What's it been like for you jumping into the show and to see it becoming a hit?
Oh, it's, a dream come true, like the dreamiest of dreams come true. My character, Gina, is giving her old friend from high school her kidney. They happen to be a match, and he needs a kidney, and she's got one. And she's the kind of girl that will do shots with you all night long and tell you that she'll give you her kidney when she's wasted, but then wake up and find out that that's what she did and go, okay, yeah, I'll still do it.
If they don't think you're mentally sound, they could prevent you from donating.
Well, I got out of jury duty by convincing them I was mentally unsound, so I'm sure I can do the opposite.
Gina.
Talk about Gina. How did you sort of fall in love with her and get to know this character?
I always love characters that have a big heart but can't get out of their own way, like they just create a mess that is impossible to climb out of. I always sort of think that she's the kind of person that, when you're on the airplane and they're, remember when we used to fly on airplanes sometimes?
Yeah.
They say, put your mask on yourself before you do anybody else. And she's the kind of person that, the masks come down and she does her neighbor across the aisle, and then she orders a drink, and then she puts on her mask. So Drew has to sort of teach her how to take care of herself and find love for herself. And as the series goes on, we get to kind of find out why Gina is this way. And, we aren't a hot mess for no reason. And Drew is straight as an arrow, likes things really clean, would never leave a bowl of cereal in the sink, and she eats cereal out of the sink.
You've been finding great luck on television, and I've been seeing you in a lot of shows, but this is really sort of fits like a glove.
Since I was a kid, I have been watching not only sitcoms, but the old sitcoms. The oldies are my faves. I was one of those kids that I liked Nickelodeon, but I liked Nick at Night more. And I loved Cheers. So I have a real gratitude for the art form of sitcom comedy. And it also, it stems back to vaudeville and to all of the great comedies of the early Broadway work. That's where it all comes from. The best comedy always comes out of honesty. So I'm really just couldn't be luckier that I get to tell a story that not only comes from a real place, but it's a real place for a lot of people around the country. My mom's actually the recipient of an organ donation. She's had 2 cornea transplants. So we always like to joke that she sees through other people's eyes, but literally.